Hey everyone, it's Kara and I'm in my car in the parking lot of Starbucks where I got a lovely pumpkin spice latte and promptly spilled it down my shirt. I know. And where I also ate a pumpkin scone and bought instant pumpkin spice coffee. I don't even like pumpkin. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I hope you all are doing great. It's fall here in Cincinnati, which means the weather is getting chilly and it's a good time to kind of snuggle up with a quilt and read a good book. A book that I finished recently is, I think it might all be backwards when you look at it, but it's The Book of Mormon Girl, a memoir of an American faith by Joanna Brooks. I found this book fascinating. I'm going to try to get to the bookmarks now. Oh, there we go. I found this book fascinating. I find the Mormon faith really fascinating. I've gotten to know, several Mormon ladies in the online crafty community, and they're all so sweet. Well, I hate generalizing. All the Mormon people are sweet. I don't know. All the ones I've met are just so kind. And so I wanted to know a bit more about the Mormon faith. And this book came up and I started reading it. I didn't know what it would be about, but I wanted to read it because it was written by a Mormon woman. I didn't want to read something about, a wayward Mormon and, all the things that she didn't like about the faith. I wasn't interested in that at all. I just wanted to hear, a bit about the faith from someone who is Mormon. And I'm so glad I read this book. It was fascinating, and had just so much information that I wasn't expecting. I was just, thinking I was going to read a little memoir about a woman who's Mormon. And it is that. It is, a memoir that Joanna Brooks wrote about her life, and she is a Mormon, and that's a huge part of her life. And she really talks about, how passionate she is about her faith, and how, her faith it is a relationship with God, but it's also, a huge part of her outside life too, especially growing up. Her faith was her community, and her faith, was her hobbies, and her faith was her family, and it was, her faith was wrapped up in everything that she did. And I can completely relate to that, from a time in my life not too long ago, when my faith was completely wrapped up in every person around me. So that was really interesting. Joanna talks a lot about her struggles as a Mormon woman. Someone just pulled up next to me. This is embarrassing. Never about her, never about, it wasn't, I hate being Mormon, Mormon faith sucks. It wasn't that at all. Throughout her searchings in life, she never felt like she was going to leave the Mormon church, which I loved. Her faith was always strong, but she did struggle with what the church taught about in relation to women. And I'm not going to, give stuff away, but, she is still Mormon at the end of the book. She marries a Jewish man, and they have 2 beautiful daughters. But I just love this book. I love the searching that she was led to, in her heart for truth. I love that she stayed steadfast to her faith and what she knew was true. And that she also, fought for what she believes is right. It's a great book. I really enjoyed it. Oh, that girl's still in her car. I'm going to read to you a couple quotes that I really love from the book. One, which I just thought was so interesting about women in general, is on page 121. And it says, "What if one woman told the truth about her life? The world would split apart." That's something to think about. And what if we all were completely honest and truthful, in all aspects of our life? What would happen? It'd be interesting. Sometimes the world does split apart, but writing can help put it back together, is Joanna's response to that. And I love writing. I'm finishing my graduate work in English, and I am that, crunchy person that believes that writing can save the world, along with other stuff. So I love that. Sometimes the world does split apart, but writing can help put it back together. It's very romantic. Also, another quote that I just thought was beautiful, something that she wrote, is on page 123. That's when I realized that through all of the years of searching, from the time I was a small girl kneeling at the bedside on her orange prayer rug, I had learned what the voice of God sounded like. I knew what the voice of God felt like, and it did not feel like rocks against the side of the house. It didn't leave a sting of shame burning across my temples and in the pit of my stomach. The voice of the God I knew was gentle, kind, and deliberate, and that voice was not forbidding me to write. It's pretty beautiful. And then finally, one last excerpt I'll share with you, which really rang true to me and some prayers I've had. Joanna writes about prayer. I wrote, my prayers changed from God, please help me, to God, thank you, and let me be useful. And I just think it's so interesting if we all think about our faith journeys, whatever it might be, and think about the ways that our prayers have changed over the years, as we've grown older and hopefully matured, and changing the prayer from please help me to thank you. And even if religion or faith, isn't a huge part of your personal life, I think we can all take that into our interactions with people and how we interact with people. And instead of asking and asking and asking, it's giving and, truly loving each other as we're supposed to and how we've been loved. So I really love the Book of Mormon Girl by Joanna Brooks. You don't have to be Mormon to read it and love it. I would imagine you don't have to be of any particular faith to read it and love it. Joanna's a great writer. My gosh. I would love to write like her one day. And the book is great. And I just feel like she's so brave for being so honest with strangers about her faith story. So I would definitely recommend that you read The Book of Mormon Girl by Joanna Brooks. Bye! How do I stop it? Oh dear. Well, this is awkward.